very good afternoon to everyone. I, Shiksha, first year student of DME Media School, welcome you all to Vibrant India series episode 45. I also welcome all our viewers who are watching us live on Facebook. Vibrant India series is an initiative of DME Media School for celebrating 75 years of India's independence. This series will be an year-long exercise. As a part of this series, we invite inspiring personalities for online talk, interview, and interaction with our students. The invited personalities for this series are from all walks of life and from all parts of the country. And today, our special guest is Miss Saachi Soni, youngest woman to climb Mount Everest. We welcome you, ma'am. I would like to take a moment and introduce Delhi Metropolitan Education to our viewers. Delhi Metropolitan Education is an A-grade premier educational institute affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, New Delhi, and approved by the Bar Council of India. The institute offers BBA, BALLB, BBLLB, and BAGMC program. DME believes in imparting world-class education to its students while training them to develop and enhance their skills. This education and training enables them in taking up challenges of the industries and creating a space for themselves with their competence and vigor. DME Media School is one of the most promising media institutes in the country. It offers BA in journalism and mass communication. It is recognized as a school focused on the growth of its faculty and students through academic and co-curricular activities. Major flagship events and initiative of school includes BG Varghese Lecture Series, Peer-to-Peer FDP, International Film Festival SIFI, International Conference ICANN, and Vritika, Convention of Media Students. And newly added in this series is VIS Vibrant India series. It is our privilege to introduce to you the personality of episode 45 of VIS. I would like to call Riya Singh to introduce our guest for the day.
Thank you, Shiksha. Saachi Soni has achieved laurels for herself and her country as India's spirited women to have been selected for an expedition to Mount Everest by Himalayan Mountaineering Institute. She climbed the mighty Mount Everest in 2013. She was also the first from the country to reach Mount Elbrus, Europe's highest peak. Throughout her teenage years, Saachi trained and scaled summits in Garhwal and Sikkim Himalayas like Mount Bandarpunj, Mount Ranok, Mount DKD, and Mount VC Roy, before getting selected by the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute in Darjeeling for the first ever student expedition to Mount Everest. She has also appeared for many interviews on News 18, Good News, etc. Saachi attended an adventure mountaineering course at NIM, Uttarkashi, and a basic and advanced mountaineering course at HMI and NIM. She has covered Europe's expedition for CNN, IBN as a citizen journalist for a special telecast on Independence Day special. She has also been invited as a panelist for Narendra Modi's Chai Pe Charcha on International Women's Day. Over to you, Shiksha.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. It is indeed an honor to host you. I now request Dr. Susmita Bala, Head DME Media School, to welcome the guest.
Thank you, Shiksha. Welcome everybody in episode 45 of Vibrant India series. We launched this digital program on August 9 in 2021 on the anniversary of Quit India movement. This is an initiative of DME Media School, Delhi Metropolitan Education. Vibrant India series is an online series to get inspiration from distinguished personalities. This program has been conceptualized and created by Professor Ambrish, Saxena. Vibrant India series is a tribute to all those people who have made supreme sacrifices for the independence of our motherland. India will be completing 75 years of independence this year. We started celebrations last year only. This program, VIS, has been launched as a part of these celebrations. 8 personalities from the defense forces have participated in VIS till date. These personalities belong to the Indian Army, Air Force, and BSF. 5 personalities from the education sector comprising education planning, teaching, and research have participated in VIS. 4 personalities from the journalism, broadcasting, and entertainment sector have joined the VIS. 7 personalities from the social sector have participated in VIS. These include Dr. Monisha Behel, Mridula Tandon, Mridula Seth, Tripti S. Shingal, Ms. Vibha Lakhira, Ms. Havin Kandhari, Padmashri Jitendra Singh Shanti. 5 personalities belong to art, theatre, and literature. 10 women have participated in VIS. I also want to make a mention of Ms. Indrani Singh, a pilot, and Ms. Palvi Fauzdar, an adventure motorcyclist, Ms. Saloni Sacheti, Kajal Suri, and today with us as Saachi Soni. 3 police officers have also participated in VIS. These include 2 former IPS officers, Mr. Amod Kant, who is known for his distinguished social service for children through his NGO Prayas, and Mr. Vibhuti Narayan Rai, who has also been a vice chancellor and an eminent writer. Mr. Rajan Singh, former ACP of Delhi Police and a celebrated cop, has also featured in VIS. 2 senior IS officers have also graced the VIS. From the other fields, Mr. S.P. Rawal, Mr. Augustine Valeth, Sufi Sayyid Azmal Nizami, Mr. Balindu Sharma Dadhiji participated in VIS. Today in episode 45, we have with us inspiring personality Saachi Soni. Soni is mountaineeress. She is a role model for those young people who want to be a mountaineer. So welcome Ms. Soni in Vibrant India series, and welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for listening out the galaxy of experts we have hosted till now in VIS. I now request Dr. Ambrish Saxena, Dean DME Media School, and originator and ideator of VIS, to take the program forward. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shiksha. So it's a matter of pride and privilege that we have this session today with Saachi Soni. This is the 45th episode of Vibrant India series. We have been having various kind of role models, various inspirational personalities, and as per the concept of this program, we made it different. We conceived it completely on a different level, wherein not only this, that we are inviting people who are inspirational, but we did not put any boundaries in terms of that only that person is to be invited who would have spent 20, 30, 40 years in public life, or somebody who would have acquired top positions, only then that person qualifies to be part of this program. We planned this program in a manner anybody from 20 years to 80 years, whosoever would have made a mark by his or her exemplary work, because there are young people who make a lot of distinct work, which is sometimes acknowledged, sometimes times is not acknowledged the way it should have been acknowledged. So that has always been our endeavor, and that is how we are moving with this program slowly. I believe that in a year's time we will be able to complete only the 50 episode, but it will continue, as we decided that we will have 75 episodes of this program. And the format also we have decided in a manner wherein the person who is invited, who would have done something substantial in life, is to narrate his or her own story. So it's wherein if the person is narrating his or her own story with a lot of his or her experiences, with the anecdotes, with the kind of problems and the challenges that he or she would have faced, so that become more acceptable to the young audience, because audience is again young. These all are the students who in fact need the right kind of inspiration, which exactly is the motive behind this program. So it's not a routine kind of program. And then the participation has to be there, obviously, from both the sides, as we study in communication that one-sided communication can never be effective. So believing in that, there is an opportunity to the student to ask questions. So after Saachi, you will be narrating your own story. That will be followed up certain queries that I will be putting up based on whatever you would have told us all in this program, and that will be followed by questions from the students. So that is how this whole program goes. So without waiting further, I will request you, Saachi, to please take over from here and narrate us your own life journey.
First of all, a big thank you to you, sir, and to all the youngsters out there who have organized this amazing event with a very beautiful concept, which is, I think, is also needed somewhere in today's time, especially after the pandemic. You know how situation has been for a lot of people, confined in their boundaries, and most of us have gone through a lot of tough times. So thank you so much for having me here. So I'm really glad to be a part of this event. And as the girl said, so I was youngest group member in 2013. Later on, one of our Indian youngster, this girl is from Andhra Pradesh. She became youngest Indian girl to climb the Everest at the age of, I think, 14 or something, from the north side. So just a little bit fact check there. Apart from that, I started adventure sports and mountaineering at the young age of 7, and I was introduced to this world of mountains by my father, I would say, during the summer vacations. I mean, my summer vacations used to be in the mountains, doing some activity or taking some course. So I started going with my dad for snow skiing in Gulmarg, and that time I was 7. And post that, I mean, it was, I think, love at first sight with the mountains. So ever since that day, it's like I literally fell in love with the mountains, and it was something, I mean, I think it was like a soul connection that I had. Suppose that I did my mountaineering courses from NIM and NHMI and the other courses, because of course प्रशिक्षण बहुत जरूरी है ऐसी कोई भी एक्टिविटीज के लिए. फिर उसके बाद 2013 में 19 साल की उम्र में मुझे माउंट एवरेस्ट का मौका मिला. उससे पहले भी मैंने इंडिया में काफी पीक्स की हुई थी, एंड इन उत्तराखंड, इन हिमाचल प्रदेश, इन सिक्किम, हिमालय. And post that, I also got the opportunity to represent India in various peaks outside, abroad also, North America, Europe, and Australia's 10 highest peak. So you see, all this, as a adventure, how I take adventure is, it's a way of life. It's a lifestyle that you pick up for yourself. So, and adventure sports also teaches you how to accept challenges in life. एंड इन टुडेज टाइम हम देखते हैं हमारे इतने चैलेंजेस आते हैं लाइफ में, ठीक है, कितने यंगस्टर्स मतलब घबरा भी जाते हैं, सब बड़े बड़े भी घबरा जाते हैं, लेकिन हमें ये चीज देखनी है कि अगर लाइफ चैलेंजेस ही हमारी लाइफ को सुंदर और खूबसूरत बनाते हैं, बिकॉज चैलेंजेस से हमें अपने आप को निखारने का, निहारने का मौका मिलता है, जो कहते हैं ना हीरे को जिससे तराशते हैं। Similar way, always be open to in fact challenges. They are going to make you strong, they are going to make you experienced, and so another, I mean, such anecdote I would like to say, I would like to share. When I was in I mean, ये सारे expeditions पे जब मैं जाती थी, तो उससे पहले जो सबसे मेन जो एक हम लोग एक अप्रोच जो हम लोग लेते हैं वो है ट्रेनिंग, प्रशिक्षण बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए, क्योंकि एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स इज अ वेरी डिमांडिंग स्पोर्ट फिजिकली, यू हैव टू बी ट्रेन्ड एंड यू हैव टू be prepared for the worst. We never know, because any single mistakes in adventure sports can lead to death. It can be that dangerous also. So for that, I used to train. I used to manage and juggle with my studies and my training routine, because during that time, I remember I was just in second year of my college when I got the opportunity for Everest. And I used to be like, I had to juggle with my studies, but my focus was clear. I had a focus. So it is very important to have a focus. And also, what pushes you to achieve your focus, achieve your goal, is your passion. If you really would love something and you want to pursue that, you would want to just I mean, any challenges, कुछ भी जो भी मुसीबत आएगा, सब आप बिल्कुल हंसते हंसते भी उसको पार कर लेंगे। Why? Because you have a passion towards that. तो सबसे पहले जरूरी है हमें लाइफ में हमारा पैशन जो है वो ढूंढना बहुत जरूरी है। उसके लिए हम कर सकते हैं स्मॉल स्मॉल थिंग्स दैट एक्साइट योर स्पिरिट। सबके एवरेस्ट लाइफ में बहुत अलग होते हैं। हाँ, मेरा एवरेस्ट वो माउंटेन का था, आपका एवरेस्ट कुछ भी हो सकता है। अपने जो कोई गोल होते हैं हमारे लाइफ में, it can be like as simple as you want to start your own business, you want to do something for people. So it can be anything. So in that ways, following that inner voice of yours that excites your spirit is very important, so that you can actually work towards your goals in life. That is the first thing. So after that, of course, there were a lot of challenges, but I was always ready to face them. Why? Because the love for mountains was much bigger than those challenges. So that was my story. I would also like you to play that video if you have. They will get a very good, I mean, better idea. I mean,
Sachi, that video we have already made available to the students. So I think many of them or most of them would have watched it.
Okay, all right. So that video is from my Europe's expedition, and this is like which I covered also for CNN IBN. So it was a good experience there. And yes, it was very challenging. It was cold and everything, but again, यहाँ पे प्रशिक्षण बिल्कुल काम आता है। तो आप सब बच्चों से यही है एक कि जो भी आप अपने लाइफ में जो पैशन है उसके लिए डट के उसका उस पे वर्क कीजिए उसका, और कोई भी चैलेंजेस आए बिल्कुल हंसते हुए उसको ऐसे बोलो, बल्कि bring more challenges, because they are going to make you much more stronger, because challenges are actually inevitable in life. एंड ऑल्सो डोंट फियर फेलियर्स। कितनी बार होता है हम सोचते हैं अगर ऐसा हुआ, डोंट वरी, डोंट फियर फेलियर्स। इवन इफ यू फेल एट समथिंग, you will have some sort of experience. Either you will be able to guide someone, or you will be able to, but that is definitely going to grow, I mean, help you grow as an individual. So be always open for learning, be hungry for knowledge, be open to learning, be open to try new things, and don't be afraid of any challenges or any failures in life. One famous quote, I mean, I would like to share my favorite, that is arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. That's by Swami Vivekanand. And he's one of my greatest inspiration. And so yeah. I'm open to questions if you guys have any.
Sachi, can you tell us something about your Everest expeditions?
Yes, so this was in 2013 when I had the opportunity to climb the peak. Post that, much difficult than Everest for me was North America's highest peak, because this was like minus 40-degree temperatures. Even the Everest also, it's a very challenging peak because you have to cross the crevasses. I mean, all those are very technical terms. I mean, so, and after all the rigorous hard work, I mean, when I was in Alaska, I have this incident when I fell into a crevasse actually. And, my training helped me get a very situational awareness about the situation. I mean, my training helped me to get a very good awareness about my situation where I was hanging in the crevice. So I asked my the other climbing mate not to come towards this, otherwise this entire crevasse might open up and we both will fall into it. So that is where my training came handy, and I climbed my way up. And yeah.
So, what exactly are the challenges? I mean, you talked about challenges and all, and we understand that it's not an easy task to climb a mountain. But practically, I mean, for people who do not understand anything about mountaineering, what can you tell us? What kind of challenges you face?
So I would say, first of all, adventure sports is something you don't do it just to stand on that top of the peak. It is a lifestyle, like I said. So if you love outdoors, if you have passion towards outdoors, if you love nature, you will find out ways to be there in that field. That, see, take this world as your playground, and dream as big as possible, as wild as possible as you can. Why? Because first of all, dreams are free and they are yours. So I would really request, to all the youngsters to have those dreams and work towards them, because take this life as an opportunity that you have got, to become a better individual, better than before. Like, we can see, we all must have experienced this, how we were back 10 years back, when we were in our school, and now how we are. So, but all this thing keeps developing if we have this open approach towards learning. So for me, your challenges, of course, was finding sponsors, because adventure sports is a very expensive sport. So, but even then, like, I remember when I was in my college days, I had to, because my course was also mass communications, was also a very rigorous course. It was a very we had very busy schedule, but still I found time to juggle between my studies as well as to be able to train for my next expedition. So it is all about how you are able to manage your time within the 24 hours. Yeah.
As Saji, you talked about the financial part. So, can you tell us how much finances are involved in one expedition? How do you arrange it, or I mean, not only you, how other mountaineers arrange it? Whether it comes from voluntary organizations or from corporate organizations, or the government comes forward giving some money to do such kind of
So
expeditions.
I think finances and all that is a very later part. As long as first you need to train yourself, if you really are, first you need to get that proper training, because it is not just about, you're just going with a backpack and you're climbing that peak, and all that. It is much different on the practical ground than what we see in the photos and all those adventurous ads. So I think a training is absolutely a must to be able to understand. And I think even as a beginner, if you really love mountains and trekking, go for short treks, maybe. People can take this up as a hobby or a leisure activity in the beginning, like maybe take out 4 to 5 days during the summer break, or just to spend. Because also, I think when you're exposing yourself to the outdoors and environment and nature, you actually will learn so much, like, be it in terms of the flora and fauna that is present there, be it in terms of interacting with the local communities that you'll meet there. Because you see, can only understand these things when you have a practical experience. So it's much different than just reading an article, and you're actually there on the ground and you interact with these people, understand what are their challenges they face. Because in mountains, the major issues, they don't get water very easily. I mean, it sounds like that they must be having streams and all, but it is not that easy for them also to arrange all these things on everyday basis. So a lot of these things will actually
Yeah.
make you more
Mm.
of a no,
Yeah.
I would say जहाँ पे भी knowledge मिले ले लेना
So
चाहिए.
you have been, Sachi, telling us again and again about training. So can you tell us a little more? What kind of training is this? What kind of modules are available for the people who want to learn something with regard to trekking and all? And which are the institutions, so that all those people, young people who are there, they can get some first-hand information if they are interested as to what all they need to do, where they need to approach, and what kind of training they need to undertake.
So, first of all, the modules, I would say, if you really want to train yourself in fields such as adventure sports, you need to be out there in the field. You can't learn it sitting in your cubicle and in a comfort zone. So, for this, we do have institutes in India. One is in Himachal Pradesh, one is in Uttarakhand, Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, Himalayan Mountaineering Institute. One more is there in Arunachal Pradesh. So all these are institutes under Ministry of Defense, and there is one in Jammu Kashmir, IISM also, that's for snow skiing. So all these institutes are there, and people can enroll themselves. I think the information is clearly available on their website whenever the batches are starting. But before that, I would suggest have some basic prior experience. Maybe go on a 4 to 5 day hike, get a knack, get a hold of, that okay, this is what it is like. Because it should not just be like for the sake of, okay, I want to climb that. So initially when I started, I never thought that I will get an opportunity to climb Everest or North America's highest peak or the other peaks. It was just I was passionate, and it just kept on happening, and I was like, okay, let's go do it. So go get a spirit is also must for
Yeah.
every young.
So
So
for
yeah, and
any,
also
hmm,
I think I've been very fortunate that I have had amazing teachers back at college also, who were very supportive of, because I understand at times, like how our former Fit India ambassador Colonel Rathore also says that, खेलोगे कूदोगे तो बनोगे लाजवाब. So they all, but still, even after that, you should have a commitment towards, whatever you have taken up also. I would say that don't neglect your studies also, that is also important, but finding a balance is the key. That's what life is all about. So
yeah.
yeah.
So whenever you are going on an expedition, how did you decide whether you opt for some expedition? How do you know this, or how any member of the expedition, how their selection is made and all? If you can tell us something about that.
So again, these were, some of them were very independent. Like it was my decision that I wanted to go and climb. When I went on these expeditions, I made few friends from all across the world. So you just get to know. It's exactly like how you're going on a trip. You meet someone, and it works out. Then you guys plan. Okay, let's plan another trip also, maybe together. We'll keep you in loop. So that's how it is. So most of it was self-sponsored, but also government was also very supportive. Rajasthan government also supported. Even my college teachers, professors, everybody was very supportive, and I could get the sponsorships. One of my sponsors were also from Germany. So that ways, I've been. It's just like where there is a will, there will be a way. So it's not just about you planning directly to climb that mountain. First, you have to develop that passion and understanding what exactly is adventure, and whether you actually like it or not. Because again, we all can have our own Everest. For one person sitting in our, in this live room, that girl might be thinking that she will become like one of the greatest choreographers, or maybe like she want to become like a cinematographer, or maybe the guy would want to do something incredibly crazy, like he would want to become a wildlife photographer. But what is important is finding that passion and following that passion, because ultimately that is going to give you that inner satisfaction. 10 years down the lane, you should not have regret. I wish, you know. So just follow. I mean, don't see, that's what I suggest youngsters, don't go for shortcuts for success. Be always willing to try new things and be dedicated also. So yeah.
Sachi, how many members are there in a team when that expedition is going and they are climbing the mountain?
It varies. It varies. It's never a I mean, when I was climbing Stoke Kangri, which is the highest peak in the Stoke range of the Himalayas in Ladakh, I was doing it solo. So I did that peak solo, which is another 6,000-meter peak. Apart from that, there have been times when I was in Europe expedition, we were like 4 to 5 climbers, all from different countries. So it's a mix basically. It depends how you want to do it. But hiking groups can usually be, more like, let's say 10 to 12 people. I mean, yeah.
Sachi, has there been any such incident in your life wherein you were stuck for some reason, whether some natural calamity or weather issues or any setting, and there was a point when you thought, and there was any such point when you thought कि अब शायद बचना possible नहीं होगा?
Yes, when I was in Alaska, I fell into a crevasse. I was 55 kgs, 54 kgs. I was pulling 30 kgs in my sled and 30 kgs in my rucksack. That crevasse opened. It was a hidden crevasse on the glacier. Luckily, I was roped up with my other climbing partner, Simon, and my sled, which was 30 kgs, actually held my weight. And that is where I understood that why is that these people, they use this sled system here, like 30 kgs in the sled and 30 kgs. Of course, it is a very, it was more of an alpine style climbing, where uh, you have to carry all your equipments, your food. There is no McDonald's, there is no Swiggy that I'll just, ask or whatever. So everything you have to carry. So that is where I was like hanging in a crevasse. But again, my experience that I had came in handy. So I climbed all the way up using my, of course, front point climbing, we call it. That was, I was wearing crampons and I had my ice axe. So I just used it as an anchor, and I pulled myself up, did some front point climbing, and yeah.
Okay, so along with your pursuing your interest, what about your studies? How do you manage with your studies along with your interest?
So I'm telling you, where there is a will, there is a way. So I haven't been actively climbing ever since the COVID lockdown, but I did manage to do couple of hikes in Uttarakhand. So that was a good like a home calling it was for me. So yeah, apart from that, see, managing is not very difficult, as long as you have a goal and a target set, and you know that you have 24 hours and you want to achieve that. You'll automatically, your mind will function like that. You'll make a plan according to your interests and how you can manage these things. So yeah, I mean, I am pursuing disaster management course, and also I am working also. So I do have some hiking plans this year, maybe during the winters. So if any of the youngsters would like to come along with me, I'll be more than happy. They can get in touch with me.
So you have adopted mountaineering as your career, and you will be doing this all your life, or you will switch over to some other career, or along with this, I also want to know: is there an age till which somebody can climb the mountain, and after that, it's not advisable or it's not permitted?
No, there is no such rule like that. There's one inspiration. He's a Japanese guy. He climbed Everest at the age of 89. So I think it's all about if you love something. And for me, mountains are my first love, and it was like love at first sight. So I would want to keep on doing it. Maybe I do have some plans of climbing South America's highest peak though, but that's maybe next year. So let's see how things shape up. So I'm still, so yeah, you all will know when I'll, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
So I
So
don't think
career.
there's no such age. There's no such age for this
Okay.
thing, and as long as you're fit and you like doing it, I think
Hmm.
you'll be able to find the way.
So as you said, what are your plans like Everest, then Alaska, then you said South America, then what next and what next? What are your plans for future?
Next is actually I am planning, that is on the list, but let's see, it should happen maybe next year. So before that, I do have some, commitments, so which I have to fulfill again, So when you take up something, you need to, finish. So let's see. I mean, yeah, things are in the pipeline. So yeah.
Okay, Sachi. So we
Any
are moving.
questions,
Yeah,
students?
we are moving to the next segment, the final segment, wherein I invite a question from the student who want to ask question. Please come on a screen and open your video audio. Yeah, Shiksha, ask your question.
Yes, ma'am, as you were a citizen journalist also, so how you started that, and can you also suggest some key points to that how we can use social media and other resources for that?
So, to be very honest, I wasn't focusing on using any resources as such. All that I had on my climb was my camera and me and my team members who were kind enough to shoot me when I was climbing. So I think that's where, I mean, it was just again, I used to love, shooting videos, click pictures, and all that. So yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
enjoy.
So Ishika Shaw wants to ask a question. Ishika, ask.
Greetings, everyone. Ma'am, myself Ishika Shaw, and my question to you is what is the most difficult and satisfying part of being a mountaineer?
Wow, that's such a beautiful question. So I would say the most beautiful part is जब आपकी मेहनत पूरा आप इतना मेहनत करते हो और जब आप वहाँ उस टेरेन में हो कितनी बार इतना -डिग्रीज भी होता है और बहुत चैलेंजिंग वेदर भी होता है लेकिन वो जो आप रॉ फॉर्म ऑफ नेचर देखते हो ना where there is no comfort, no AC, no gadgets, nothing, you're just there in the wilderness under the thousand stars Milky Way ke under me. So that is something really excites my spirit. I mean, I think I yeah, so that's what excites me. You're just so close to the mother earth, mother nature. So I love that. And not see, summiting a peak and reaching the top is always a bonus, okay, but as a mountaineer, if you really see like the professional mountaineers also and all that. See, when you're climbing the valley, and I mean the major learning lessons are before that. जब आप वो ट्रेनिंग में जब आपका जो फोकस होता है और हाउ यू आर डेडिकेटेड एंड देन हाउ यू आर प्लानिंग, वो सब अपने आप में एक इतना सिखाने वाले चीजें होती हैं. एंड ऑल्सो आपको कैसे अपना सारा मैनेज देखना पड़ता है. वेदर विंडो भी बहुत लिमिटेड होता है कभी कभी, तो हमें उसी वक्त पुश करना है. हमें काफी सारी चीजें होती हैं इसमें. तो हाँ, मतलब दैट्स माय एक्सपीरियंस.
Yeah. So Ria Singh wants to ask question. Ria.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please tell us how many female mountaineers are there, and especially women in mountaineering? And what advice do you have for young girls?
तो सबसे पहले तो ये जो जेंडर का हम लोग सोचते हैं, इट्स जस्ट इन योर माइंड. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. माउंटेनियरिंग में भी मतलब आई हैव हैड वेरी सपोर्टिव मेल माउंटेनियर्स एज माय टीममेट्स आल्सो एंड सपोर्टिव female mountaineers also. So yeah, that ways it's not very this thing. And also there are a lot of people, actually you can easily google also about them. So, but yeah, it's nothing to do with the gender. If you really love something, you'll just do it. So I have never faced any issue as such, just because I'm a, female or anything. But yes, it's slightly challenging at times managing everything, but I think it's doable as long as you love what you do. So yeah.
Yeah, so there is any other student who's wish, Jay Sarohi, you were there? Yeah, any other student or teacher who want to ask something? Yeah, Aditya, ask.
Hello, ma'am.
Just 1 second. How much time is left, sir? Can you tell me?
It all depends. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 questions within 5-7 minutes.
All right. Yeah. That will be great. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, this guy was saying something.
Yeah. Aditya.
मैम मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे ये रहेगा कि जितने भी हम माउंटेनियर्स से पूछते हैं वो हमेशा उनके क्लाइंब आपके एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में पूछा जाता है कि जब आपने पीक को क्लाइंब कर लिया एंड समिट कंप्लीट हो चुका है उसका एक्सपीरियंस लिया जाता है एंड जब समिट से वापस नीचे की तरफ आया जाता है मैं उस टाइम के आपके एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड जो चैलेंजेस होते हैं क्योंकि बॉडी बहुत एग्जॉस्ट हो चुकी होती है समिट क्लाइंब करने के बाद वो जानना चाहता हूँ।
देखो, माउंटेनियरिंग आपने बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा है। माउंटेनियरिंग एक ऐसा स्पोर्ट है जहाँ पे हजारों दर्शकों का हुजूम नहीं होता, टू मोटिवेट यू और टू चीयर यू अप। वहां पे आपको खुद ही को ही अपने आप को चीयर अप करना पड़ता है। तो मैं अपने आप को हमेशा ऐसे चीयर अप करती थी। मेरे बैग में एक इंडिया का फ्लैग रहता है, तो मेरा मकसद वही रहता है कि इसको ले जाना है ऊपर।
जैसे रोहिया, ask your question.
मैम हाय, आई वांटेड टू आस्क कि बहुत सारे आपने जैसे फंडिंग का बताया, सो वी नो कि फंडिंग काफ़ी बच्चे हैं जो करना चाहते हैं कहीं से एंड उनके पास फंडिंग इतनी अवेलेबल नहीं है। सो आई वांट टू नो कि मैंने बहुत सारी जगह पढ़ा है कि देयर आर कंपनीज दैट स्पॉन्सर यू, सो हाउ कैन वन गो फॉर इट एंड ऑल्सो कि मतलब एज अ करियर क्या इस लाइन में अर्निंग है? इट्स लाइक इफ समवन वांट्स टू परस्यू इट एज अ लाइक लाइफ लॉन्ग करियर, can they depend on the household earning for it?
I would say, guys, youngsters, don't go for shortcuts in life. Don't go for shortcuts in life कि मैं funding ले लूं और ऐसे नहीं होता है. You have to first understand what the ABCD is of the adventure sports. So first you have to give yourself small exposures. Maybe go on small treks, see if you like it. It's not just about funding and climbing a mountain. It is about also developing that interest eventually. We never know कि आपको किसी को स्कूबा डाइविंग पसंद हो और किसी को सबसे नीचे जाके सबसे गहराई वाली स्कूबा डाइविंग करनी हो। तो एंड दूसरी बात रही प्रोफेशन एज अ करियर की, तो आई थिंक एवरी वंस यू गेट इनटू इट एंड वंस यू लाइक इट, ऑटोमेटिकली the opportunities and the streams start opening up. So it is not directly about jumping all the way to the outcome or what you can do. It is about first, since you guys are young, so it is about first in terms of hiking or things like that. So yeah.
So we are moving towards the end of the program. Saachi, thank you very much for joining us in the Vibrant India series. It was really an enlightening program, an interesting program, and particularly as the objective of this program is to ensure exploration for us all, particularly the young lot. And you said some really quotable quotes which I have noted down. कि challenges ही life को खूबसूरत बनाते हैं, ये तो सारे स्टूडेंट्स को नोट करके रख लेना चाहिए अपनी लाइफ में। और खास तौर पे ये कि वी शुड ऑलवेज बी रेडी टू फेस चैलेंजेस एंड रादर एज यू सेड वी शुड इवन इनवाइट चैलेंजेस बिकॉज अनलेस देयर आर नो चैलेंजेस वी कैन नॉट मूव इन लाइफ. This is again an interesting quote. And then as you talked about focus and passion, we all understand, but in the real sense, we have to practice that, we have to pursue that. क्योंकि जैसा तुमने कहा कि मुसीबत हंसते हंसते पार कर लेंगे अगर आपके पास पैशन है तो वो पैशन बहुत जरूरी है. जो फंडिंग और बाकी चीजें, as you said, all that will be in place once you have that passion and you know that you have to proceed on this path, and you will not stop till you achieve the goal, as you quoted Swami Vivekananda. I personally also believe in the same quote that you said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is achieved. So once you have that in the back of your mind, that particular thing will keep you moving and you will not stop. And as you talked about dreams, so dreams have to be there, and one has to work for realizing those dreams. That is what all I believe should be the motto of everybody's life, not only the young people. As you said, that even a person of 89 years of age climbed the mountain. So you can do anything at any point of time in your life. The only thing is that you have that passion and you have that vigor, that spirit, that you will do it, then certainly you will do it. So with this note, we finish this program. Thank you once again to you, Saachi, and thanks for all those people who have joined this session. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The first impression that comes to our mind about any college: tall buildings, big classrooms, large lobby areas, thick books, IT labs, assignments, class tests, and projects. Nothing besides that. Every hour, minute, second spent here help us carving and shaping our persona, cultivating innovative mindsets for the challenging world. Learning is a lifelong process. Sharing knowledge, inculcating values of life, spark the innovative horizons of mind. Fun and frolic is the nature of every nook and corner here. A daily dose of thrill we are sure to get here.